Now going over to the business blunder of the day, you have Ford issuing 5 recalls in one day, which perhaps you could argue is an accolade in and of itself, because I don't think an other automobile company has done this, historically speaking. But yeah, not great. Now this is brought to us thanks to Michael Gunther over at Car Scoops. Oh, I'm sorry, I should put a visual disclaimer before I put that on screen. You now have to see a Ford SUV, which, not a pretty sight. So some might argue better than my face. But nevertheless, he says, quote, Ford can't stop recalling cars, drops 5 more at once. We barely got halfway through April, but Ford has already issued 40 recalls this year. Jesus. 40 recalls in a year. Yeah, I'll never forget Q3, I think 2024, they spent about $880 million just on warranty work. Yeah, they want to do all these fancy things with cars. Why don't you just focus everything on making a reliable vehicle? Again, that's the number one reason people make fun of Ford and don't buy Ford. The lack of reliability. Don't get me wrong, they make some fun cars. If I won the lottery, I'd probably have at least one Mustang with a stick shift, obviously the V8. It's fun, loud, crazy, fun car. I mean, I don't know if I would trust it to get to work every day. Now, they note that, quote, Ford has issued 5 separate recalls that impacted nearly 155,000 vehicles. The most serious involves the 2025 Explorer, which can lose drive power. Whoops. It's also recalling the Ranger, F-150, Expedition, Navigator, and Nautilus. Right, for you to say the least. They say if the day ends in a Y, you can bet Ford got recalled. The company is an undisputed champion as the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration says the automaker has already raked up a staggering 40 recalls in the first 4 months of the year. That's more than 3 times as many recalls as second place Volkswagen, which only had 12 in 2025. Despite the commanding lead, Ford is securing their position with 5 new recalls, which, again, I make fun of GM. And again, my goal, I hope this type of commentary is brought to the attention of someone who maybe works at the company and do more of a resource allocation and quality assurance. I want people to get nice, fun, reliable cars. And I usually make fun of GM because they have so many recalls. They're nothing compared to Ford. Like, geez Louise. And GM makes more cars too, I think. Actually, now, I gotta do a fact check on that. So, no, Toyota last year was the largest global manufacturer. Now I gotta see. Who are the top 10 car makers globally? Well, now BYD is up there as well, of course. Chinese EV hybrid company. Let's see what the Grok says on the AI. Quick ADHD tangent for the day. So Toyota, 1.82. Again, this is 2020. Based on data, sales data up to February 2025. Okay, this is this year. Toyota, Volkswagen, Hyundai, Renault, Nissan, Stellantis, Ford. Really, they are? Oh, Ford says sales data, not data. Oh, let me specify 2024. I have to know. Again, historically speaking, let's see here. Let me add the preface in 2024 to get the full sales outlook or results. Place your bets. No, not really. Toyota, Volkswagen, Hyundai, Renault. Who is buying Nissan? I know it's Renault too. But yeah, GM just, yeah, I was right. What? Let's see here. Let's see. I say GM Ford, go back and forth, but nonetheless, it's ridiculous to have so many damn recalls, especially when many of them are, safety issues. So number one is the brake master cylinder, which again I actually covered individually on the show. That affects 123,611 trucks and SUVs, including the Lincoln Navigator. That's where the cylinder might, decrease the efficiency or, leak. So when you hit the brakes, nothing happens. Second, the control module may reset while driving. Now, they say this recall is no more serious. It impacts 24,655 Explorers from 2025 model year. Brand spanking new. The crossovers are equipped with a 2.3-liter EcoBoost 4-cylinder. For an SUV, anemic and boring. Great for Honda Civic Si. Love my little 4-banger, but for an SUV, well, I'm getting a Porsche with a V8 and a stick shift from the 2000s era anyway. But nevertheless, from the lottery. If I had to get an SUV, that's what I would get. But nevertheless, they say, quote, that's not good. It could result in, quote, the vehicle park Paul rationing while the vehicle is in motion, potentially damaging the Paul or park system. Components if the vehicle is traveling speeds greater than 10 miles per hour, which, Fords are so slow, and maybe it never gets up that fast in speed. That's just great. You also have the window pitch risk in Ranger and Nautilus. Third recall for 1,628 Rangers and Nautilus vehicles from 2024 model year. This is a recall of a recall, of course. as the government noted, the vehicles were, quote, previously repaired incorrectly. Which, yep. Then you got the battery pack tray problem with the E-Transit, which that's pretty small. That was 457 units of the 2024-2025 E-Transit chassis cab. According to Ford, the tray side rails for the high voltage battery pack may buckle and crack, allowing water to seep into the battery. Whoops. Also have number 5, cameras failure in transit vans. Number 5, well, for now, they say this is the last recall for now. Big caveat there. It's affect 4,652 units of the 2022-2023 transit that were previously repaired under recall number 23V598. So another recall for another recall. Unfortunately, that fix didn't quite stick. The rear view camera or the 360-degree camera system, if equipped, might not display any image if the vehicle is put into reverse. They say that dealers will hopefully resolve this issue once and for all with an update to the rear view camera software. Which, yeah, having a recall for a recall, I mean, that's bad in and of itself multiple times. And now you have 5 recalls in one day. Now, granted, the scope of that one recall, you get less than 600 units, pretty darn small and insignificant compared to the whole fleet of sales that Ford has. But again, they just have more and more records, which is almost impressive, I guess. But yeah, Ford having 5 recalls in a single day, I gotta say, you are certainly the business blunder of the day. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to tune in today. Again, try to get 5,000 subscribers by the end of the month. So if you click that button, I greatly appreciate it. Also, give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, and comments. Great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how I can make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe, fight the good fight.